Hey guys, TGKS Productions. For this GT Online video, I have my first guide for you guys for the Cayo Perico Heist final. Now to be specific, this is a solo heist final guide for the Cayo Perico Heist. Not that it can't be done with multiple people, but I did complete this solo, and as I was testing for this guide, it was done solo, so this is really nice in the sense that, you know, it can be done solo, but obviously if you did have more people, it should work, you know, just fine also. Now, to be clear, this heist guide is entirely based off being stealth and undetected, so I just want to, you know, say that straight from the get-go. And obviously, the main reason of that is you to have the easiest time on the island, not having to deal with enemies trying to kill you, and you being able to effectively gather more loot if you so choose. What is really nice about this guide is you can also complete 3 awards with this guide, which I'll mention later in this video. And those 3 awards can earn you up to an additional $500,000, you know, $500,000 essentially. I earned almost $1.5 million with this, just completing the heist itself. And then with the 3 awards that I completed, I almost ended up earning around $2 million by using this method. So you can earn up to $2 million using this method. Now the awards are only a one-time thing, but you can earn up to $2 million, at least the first time you go through this, utilizing this method. And what's really nice is obviously if you do this solo, that's $2 million just in your bank account itself. So I would say this guide is pretty effective. Now the other part of this video, I am going to be including the ending sort of cutscenes for the Cayo Perico Heist DLC. I've sort of been keeping up with the narrative of this DLC, and I want to end it off with the last bit of the cutscenes, at least that I know of so far. So I am going to include that in this video. Of course, if you're not interested in that, I will timestamp just the entire heist walkthrough itself so that you can solely focus on that, but I do want to include the ending in here to end off the narrative on this channel for the Cayo Perico Heist DLC. Last thing I mentioned in this intro is, to start off the video, I will show what Pavel states about the planning heist board, at least when you're setting up for the final. You're getting everything ordered, you know, you're getting your, you know, how you're going to access the island, escape the island, your vehicle. I'll show that, and then for the video itself, I'm not going to be talking necessarily the entire video, but I will be putting my input in and sort of walking you through this video, or this heist final, so that obviously it is beneficial to you as possible and you can get as much value out of it and you understand it the best possible. So let's go ahead and get in this video. Compound, grab the goods, and get out in one piece. How you pull this heist off is up to you, okay? Awesome. Always wanted a heist like this.
Of course, we must decide our approach. How will we get there?
We're gonna want to use the Kasadka. Alright.
How do we get ashore? Which infiltration point will you use?
Good drainage tunnel. Probably most direct way in.
Now, crucial question. How do you get inside the compound? Of course, if you find the right tools along the way, you have more options.
Alright.
Now, as long as you are alive, how will you leave? Which escape route?
Let's go to the Kasadka here.
Time of day can make all the difference to an operation. Choose wisely to support your strategy.
Let's do night. Load out. Okay. We got that. Send crew cuts, there's no one.
So we go. I will be on your headset as always. Good luck, Capitan. Why was there ever a screen and a button? Now the screen is the button, or is the screen not the button? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out when we are compacted like tuna fish, so? I Yes, we are ready. We have a screen, so let's look at the fucking screen. See? No buttons. So, what do we know? We know El Rubio's compound is on the south side of the island. We know the files are locked in a safe, which is in the basement, and we know the basement is accessible from an elevator from El Rubio's office, which is on the top floor of the main building. Ow! Mr. Madrazo.
Ribbit, bro! Whoa! Look at this fucking shit! Oh man, I mean, this is fucking cool. This is some space age shit, man.
Where we are going, we will be far away from space as humanly possible.
Now I kind of wish I was going with you guys, but you put a ring around a general, right? First rule of war. I mean, look at this shit. It's fucking... What do these do?
Floods the boat.
Okay. Now, just to be clear, all I give a shit about are the files. So as long as I get those by any means necessary, you'll get paid. Anything else you rob from that son of a bitch is just more money in your pocket. The more we hit El Rubio where it fucking hurts, the better, huh?
Okay, Mr. Madrazo, we should set off shortly.
Cool, yeah, cool. Just wanted to say, real quick, I didn't have to come here today. I was having, like, a really good time. But, I wanted you to know that I'm a modern leader. I've done the hard work on myself, and I'm gonna be there for you. 'Cause I respect you. And, I'm here for you now, okay? So, go get 'em, team! Okay, I'm gonna head back to the club, see if I can pry my mother out of the DJ booth. You can make the drop at my house in Vinewood Hills. Good luck!
My God, they just keep getting younger and dumber. Well, I think we're as ready as we're going to be. Shall we do this, Capitan? Officer of the deck with the periscope, and await my command. Go on, double time. Next stop, South America.
GPS trace acquired. I have your location. Once you are inside the compound, I will be able to see you on CCTV. And I swim, yes? The last time I swam through a drainage pipe was in the Baltic Sea. The water was so cold, I used my nipples to cut through the grate. You Americans will need to use a blowtorch. And for the safe in the vault, we need to use brains. This is why Mini Madrazo chooses us, yes? Okay, on we go. All right, see you in maintenance room. Excellent. Did I ever tell you about the sewers in my hometown? It was there I first decided to join the Navy. Perhaps it will have the same effect on you. We will see. Off you go.
So I want to be very clear about this first part coming up here. You do want to move on it pretty quickly. You're going to see that I'm going to start taking out these guys as soon as I get up here. That's because a lot of this guide is about timing because of the enemies moving around, and you want to kill them when they're in certain positions.
Well, judging from the lack of terrified screams, I will assume you made it through the uncharted tunnel and into the den of strung-out militiamen. Good. Things are going according to plan, huh? Now, let's see what he has for us in the vault this time. Be careful in this area. Mr. Rubio's personal bodyguards, they know their soldiers, and they will know you are not one of them, no matter what uniform you are wearing.
Now I'll show you all the enemies on the map here. There's about 15 to 16 of them, at least when you first enter, that you have to kill. And I waited to show you this just because those first 3 enemies you do want to kill pretty quickly. It is a lot about timing with this guide. And you'll see that heavy gunner that I'm showing you on the map here. I'm showing you the route that he's going to take here, the position he's going to go into, where I'm going to want to kill him. And that's part of the reason why I like to move quickly, because I want to get him in that certain position. These enemies do move around, and if you don't time it correctly, it just gets a lot harder because you obviously have to wait for them to get back in their position. But in any case, we'll see. We're going to take this heavy gunner out here, and then right after that, the next step you have to do really quickly. We're going to take out this camera and then take cover between these 2 trees here to hide from this guard.
Any of you are wondering what happened to Garcia? Try coming into my study without announcing yourself. You'll soon find out.
So after that guard passes, we're going to go ahead and creep up on him, melee attack him, and then we'll move to our next position. Now you will get a key card, or you may get a key card from him. It could be on one of the other enemies, but you will for sure find a key card in Rubio's office, which is where we're trying to get to at this point.
You find a locked door. In my experience, you can also find the key.
¿Dónde está Johan? Tenía que entregarme las llaves.
Acaba de irse. Hace nada estaba preguntando por usted.
Now you'll notice on the map here, this guy walking up, and we are inside his cone of vision, although because I guess we're on this upper level here, he can't see us. But we're going to wait for him to go ahead and turn around and go back the other way before we start moving, which is what he's doing right now. So that's why we're going to go ahead and make our move. And then we're going to go ahead and take cover by this tree here, because we actually have to wait for this other enemy, and this is getting more towards Rubio's office at this point. We are getting close, but this enemy that I'm showing you here, we're going to wait for him to move where I'm showing you where my crosshairs are, and go ahead and stealth kill him, because if we were to move right now, we would be in his sight lines, so we obviously don't want to do that. So let's wait until he moves, and then go ahead and stealth kill him. And you saw after we took out that guy, or that guard at the bottom of the stairs there, we're moving up the stairs. We're going towards El Rubio's office. Now, this last guy, before you're able to enter his office here, I highly recommend you wait until he walks down the stairs, because you try to shoot him when he looks straight ahead for like that split second up above the stairs. He does move pretty quickly, and if you're not quick enough, he can spot you. So I just recommend waiting until he moves down the stairs and melee kill him. But you'll notice there's always at least one key card guaranteed that you'll find on Rubio's desk. So that is nice. The other one's just sort of randomly placed on a different guard. But let's go ahead and start hacking this fingerprint scanner here. Move down and grab Madrazo's files.
Okay, the fingerprint scanner. Time to break out the tool we borrowed from the head of cybersecurity. Remember, it picks up fragments of previous scans. You just have to cycle through them to match the target print.
Now, with this fingerprint scanner hack here, we have sort of a more challenging fingerprint type of hack that we got with the Diamond Casino heist. It's not a super hard hack, but it is a little bit more challenging. Essentially, you're trying to match the left fingerprint to the fingerprint you have on the right. And you have to do it with these segments. Now, personally, what I like to look at are the edges of the segments. I think that usually helps me the most. And if I'm having trouble, usually I work from the top to bottom. If I'm having trouble going from top to bottom, sometimes I'll switch it up and work from the bottom to top instead. Sometimes that manages to help me out.
Do you remember the keypad we saw on the CCTV? It's in the office. Might be a lead.
Now, I also want to make a note here that if you do fail this hack and it does run out, the hack will reset every like 45 seconds to a minute or so if you're not able to figure it out. But if the time goes down to 0, all the compound will be alerted as well as the island. So stealth is immediately broken if you do completely fail this hack as far as the time getting down to 0. Now, one note is you can restart the heist inside the compound and you will be able to still complete it in stealth. However, once you exit the compound, which is past all these fingerprint scanners that you're going to end up having to hack, but once you do fail stealth or break stealth outside the compound, you try to restart, you're still going to be out of stealth. So that is just one thing to note. You can only restart and still be in stealth when you're inside the compound.
Success! Good. Now, into the elevator. We are almost there. Did you make it? Are you in the vault?
Now, at this point, we successfully reached the vault where the Madrazo Files are located, still in stealth, still undetected, and sometimes it may be a little bit weird triggering being able to start hacking the vault, but just move around a little bit, you will eventually get the notification that pops up to start hacking. We saw that Pavel sent us the code that we're going to put into the vault here, or, in order to hack into the vault. Now, what I will say is, just a little tip, if you press up or down, or hold up or down on the L3 or press and hold down on the up arrow or down arrow on the D-pad, you can move through the numbers much more quickly. Essentially, by pushing up or holding up on the D-pad, you are able to, you're going to be counting from 0 up to 100, whereas if you're holding down or pushing down on L3 or holding down on the D-pad, you're going to be going from 100 down to 1. So just sort of use that to your advantage, but you can move through the numbers much more quickly by doing that.
Such a lot of effort for such a little file. Makes you wonder what's in there, no? Bad news. They have sealed the drainage pipe. You will need to look for another way out of there.
Now, if you've gotten the gate keys from one of the guards, which typically with the route that I take, you should pretty much every single time. There's a route I like to go through, or a different door I like to go through, exiting out of sort of this basement area. We have to go through this fingerprint cloner again, or this finger cloner again. We only have to go through at least one match this time instead of 3. But we're going to go out this door here and then a different one, and we're going to use this as sort of our start to our exit plan, exiting out of Rubio's compound.
Scene of the century does not mean there is no time for opportunistic theft, yes? You like it, you take it.
Now, after exiting the basement there, you should be able to just move straight through this area of the compound here. I don't believe there's any guard that comes into this area where I'm at right now, but obviously just be cautious on the mini-map. But if you time it right, you should be able to just move straight through there. Now, before we move up the stairs here, I am going to take cover by this bush or shrub because there is going to be a guard, as you'll see, moving on the mini-map, come right up to the end of this terrace here. And if we were to start moving up immediately, that guard would see us. So we're going to wait until he passes. He's coming up on the mini-map right now. As soon as he stops and passes, then we'll go ahead and move up the stairs and work on a few more guards. C gives us the option to use a grappling hook there to be able to exit out the compound. I believe because we took the drainage tunnel, obviously we didn't collect any of the grappling hooks on the island, so we're pretty much forced to go out the main gate, at least from my understanding here, so that's what we're aiming towards. We're going to wait for these two enemies to come to the back area here. You are going to want to be pretty quick about shooting them because they are going to move after a few seconds, so I would be very ready for them. And we're going to see the other enemy move back here very shortly. We're going to take out him and then start moving to our next position.
How long have I been here? I don't know.
So it looks like we found English Dave after him staying on the island. Doesn't look too good right now. Hope he doesn't end up as Panther food. But in any case, you saw me take out that guy right in front of me here. He just sort of moves back and forth by the cages, so you can usually shoot him just when he stops. I just shot the guy by the car there, and then we're also going to shoot that guy that's right in front of me. Depending on, as far as the guy by the car and the guy that I just killed, depending on where this guy is, it's moving around. You may have to kill him first before the guy at the car. But that sort of depends on when you show up here. Again, if you're timing it like I am, these enemies should line up exactly how they're lining up for me. Next up here, we're going to move up to this sort of tower here because we're going out the main gate, we're going to want to kill this guy because he's watching the main gate. So we're just going to sneak up here, kill this guy, and then move out the gate.
Perfect. We are out of the compound, and judging by their radio chatter, they have no idea they've been hit. Now get off that island! I had to relocate the sub while you were inside. Pinging you the new location now.
So now we made it out of the compound. I'm taking cover by this bush or shrub here, and I'm waiting for this vehicle to pop up on the map here. Right where it hits those crosshairs that I'm showing you, it actually takes 2 minutes for that vehicle to loop around this entire area here, and that's what I'm waiting to time out.
Lock everything down. We have a thief on the island. No one leaves until they're dead. So, based on my experience and intuition, I think Mr. Rubio knows that something is up.
Now, just a reminder, if you were to break stealth at this point, even if you quick restart, you can't get stealth back. It's pretty much once you exit the house area of the compound, if stealth is broken, your undetection is permanently broken. The only way to regain that is if you were to leave the heist altogether, go back to your submarine and restart from there. Now, you'll notice a vehicle is going to eventually pop up on the map here. And when the vehicle gets to that sort of crossroads where those two paths meet that I'm showing you right there and I showed you earlier, you have exactly 2 minutes to make your move outside of the yard of the compound. You can even time this on a stopwatch or on the stopwatch on your phone even. That way you know sort of how much time you have. 2 minutes is more than enough time, I'll tell you that. But just to sort of, you obviously, you want to promptly move here. You don't want to take too much time, but it is enough time nonetheless. We took out this first guy by the bike here. Now, I would recommend possibly stealth killing him because he does squat down, but you should be. I was able to shoot him a number of times I test this. And we're also going to shoot this guy at the front of the house here and move up to these other two enemies and take them both out simultaneously. Now, because I'm solo here, I like to line up a certain way to where I'm able to shoot these guys really quickly back to back. Both their heads are back to back. So I just pull the quick trigger really quickly 2 times there, take them both out. And the next step here, and this is the last step before you're able to exit out of the entire compound, or at least the yard area of the compound, you're going to want to shoot this camera. That way the camera doesn't see you. Also, be careful. There are patrol trucks that drive around here, so just make sure you're constantly watching the mini-map for those. But we're going to get on this bike here and go ahead and start moving out of the compound.
I have something to report. Mr. Rubio's just asked for his private attack helicopter and a minigun and 2 pounds of cocaine. This would be a good time to leave, I think.
So now we're entering into the phase of escaping Cayo Perico, and what I recommend is obviously staying off-road like I am right here, and I'll sort of show you the route that I took here shortly. But you do want to stay off-road. You don't want to stay on the main road because there's going to be guys in watchtowers, there's going to be patrol trucks, and they don't pop up on the map until you're very close to them. So, you know, you obviously don't want to end up getting spotted at this point. Again, if stealth's broken at this point, there's no way to regain it. You'd have to completely leave the heist, restart. But now Rubio's chopper. Now Rubio's chopper takes a couple different routes. Sometimes he goes up the east side of the island, which is actually away from us because we're aiming to escape at the main dock. We're going to grab the secondary loot that's at the main dock here, and we're also going to escape at the main dock. However, in this variation, actually, he decided to move up the west side of the island first by the main dock. Now, what you're going to want to do is just sort of maneuver around with the motorcycle to escape his sight lines, because at least from what I've discovered in the intel mission of this of the heist, or when you're prepping for the heist, or gathering more intel, if you hide behind a building or even inside a container, usually the chopper sees you. It's almost like they have thermal imaging, so I didn't really want to chance that. So just use the bike to maneuver around the helicopter if it decides to move up the west side of the island first, which is where the main dock is located, which is where I'm at. So you are going to want to do that, and then obviously just keep an eye on the chopper, and really just keep an eye on patrol trucks at this point is very important, because even as you're sort of moving around gathering the secondary loot here, there are patrol trucks you are going to want to be careful of. So, do keep that in mind. Obviously, again, you just sort of want to stay out of the sight lines of the patrol trucks. You can move into one of these shacks here, or just, obviously run into sort of the more, more grassy area to be able to avoid them. But we're going to take out this first guy here by this one shack where there's some secondary loot here. We have some cash in here, so let's go ahead and grab that cash. Take out the camera also. Start grabbing the cash.
Look a little agitated, yes? So would you be if you had terminal case of shits, huh? It pays to be selective with your looting. If it is too heavy, it will slow you down, perhaps too much.
Now, the guy just took out there. He will move after obviously a few seconds. So if you want to time his route out a little bit, his route is pretty much going to be the same. But I took him out pretty quickly there. And there's also this other guy here. I'm going to wait until he stops. He's by this other shack where I'm going to grab some more secondary loot. There's cash and cocaine in there. That's actually going to completely fill up my loot bag. So we're going to wait until this guy stops. Going to pop him, and then we're going to go ahead and move inside that shack there. Grab the rest of the secondary loot that's at the main dock. Fill up our loot bag completely, and then make our exit. And one thing you actually notice when I enter this shack here coming up is there is a vehicle that does drive down to the main dock area. I don't know if he would have seen me exactly while I'm collecting this loot, but I didn't really want to chance it, so I decided to take cover, just wait for the vehicle to pass. And that's just like I said, keep in mind, keep a close eye on the minimap for the vehicles. You do not want to be spotted by them. Now at this point, these are the last few guys you're going to have to take out here. Once again, like before, inside the compound, line up so that you could take these two guys back to back out very quickly, especially if you're solo, because you're not going to have anybody else to be able to take out the other one. So I like to line up a certain way to where I could take them both out literally within a second. We're going to move up here. I'm going to take out this other guy by the dock here, and then move up to the very far end here, sort of where the dock ends, and take out this guy by the crane. Again, keeping in mind, keeping an eye on the mini-map for both the helicopter and the patrol trucks to make sure you stay out of their sight lines. Let's go ahead and take this guy out, and then we're going to actually get into a boat, start making our exit off the island, and completely finish this heist final. Now I noticed I lost a little bit of cash there because I saw the chopper was coming back, and I don't even know, I jumped and must have hit that, lost a little bit of health, so I lost some cash. Even though I still got the award for fully filling up my loot bag, as you'll see a little bit later. But I didn't really want to chance it here. I wanted to sort of stay out. I wanted to make sure if the chopper was going to come back towards the main dock here, I wanted to stay out of its sight line. So I did wait for it to pass here before I did decide to get in the boat. So like I said, again, just keep in mind, keep a close eye on the minimap for the patrol trucks as well as the chopper, because if you're going to get spotted, at least at this point before you get in the boat, that is how you will get spotted. So just be mindful again about Rubio's chopper and the patrol trucks.
Attack boats in the water. Be careful.
Now, as Pavel mentioned, you do want to be careful of these patrol boats here. Their cone of visions don't appear to pop up on the map, so just keep a very, very close eye out for these patrol boats.
Capitan, I do not want to worry you, but there is something out there.
Now, to maneuver around these boats, you should be able to see them if they are coming straight towards you, because their headlights will pop. In fact, you'll see to the left here, you'll notice there's some headlights over there, the way that the boat turns. And then I believe it, in fact, I don't even know if those were actual headlights. That was actually just part of the water. But you will notice if the boat is coming towards you, you will see their headlights. In fact, the headlights on my boat are on. So that is a sure way to be able to tell if a boat is coming towards you. But just maneuver around them, like I said, just be very careful. Look very carefully, because they don't really seem to appear on the mini-map. And I like to get out in open water as quick as I can, because the patrol boats seem to hug more of the island and patrol more closely around the island than in open water. So if you could get out in open water and then maneuver towards the submarine, which is to the north of the island, you should be able to successfully complete this heist, and again, in stealth and undetected way. Now, I skipped the majority of the drive here. We're going to go ahead and dive down, swim towards the sub, finish the heist, and we're going to end up heading back to Los Santos to view the ending of the narrative for the Cayo Perico Heist DLC.
Hold it right there. Okay, you're good to go.
Hey, you made it. Hope everything went to plan. Mr. Madrazo only got back from the club a few hours ago. I probably set a new record for overtime. Yeah, we're good here.
Look at this. The perfect end to a party. The survivors. We've been going pretty hard, huh?
It's been emotional.
Why don't you sit down and stop making a fool of yourself, Evan?
I don't even know who she is.
We spent a week together in Tulum, asshole.
Come on, let's go sit over here.
Fuck.
Come, sit. So, success? Thank fuck. Excellent. Fucking wait till my dad hears about this. Hey, Dad. Yeah, no, this'll be quick. Just wanted to let you know that Strickler thing, the files, yeah, I did it. No, they're in my hand. I took care of it. It's done. Yes. So you know what? I was thinking that maybe you and I could sit down again and talk about that crypto deal or that condo project that I mentioned, remember? Dad? Dad, hello? The service here, it's just fucking third world, you know? So, where were we? Yes, payment.
Right.
I gave them the money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now that you know the drill, I say keep hitting that son of a bitch. He's always dropping money on flashy shit, trying to flex like some big man. Clean him the fuck out. You could bring anything to Jorge here. He'll fence it for you, no questions asked.
You got it.
El Rubio's recurring fucking nightmare. I love it. I don't even know if I want to look at these.
Excuse me.
No. Ugh.
What can I get you? Some fresh OJ? Coconut water?
Oh, no, thanks. Really don't want to go,
No.
but life.
Shit! Fuck.
I love you guys so much.
You're hardcore, Mrs. M.
Wild night.
I'm gonna
Let's do it
miss
again
you.
sometime.
Bye.
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 Darling, so what is it?
It's nothing now. Nothing at all. It's over.
Thank you. This means a lot. Come on. The least we can do is offer you some champagne. And then I think I need to sleep for a week.
Bravo, Capitan. But you know, in Russia, we have saying for moments such as this. The wolf is dead. Now, we wrestle the bear. You understand? Mr. Rubio has a taste for expensive items. Soon, we can pay him another visit, I think. And then another. And another. And this time, we will not be working for Mini Madrazo. Just you and me, huh? Okay, hide where you can, Mr. Rubio. The free market is coming for you.
So that was the ending of the narrative for the Cayo Perico Heist, as well as pretty much for this guide. You'll notice that we did complete 3 awards, actually the Cayo Perico Heist, Going Alone, and Cat Burglar, and only one of them ended up popping up saying that I completed them, even though I for sure completed Going Alone and Cat Burglar as well. Essentially, Cayo Perico Heist is completing it for the first time. Going Alone is obviously completing the heist solo, and then Cat Burglar is completing the heist undetected. And we managed to do all 3 of those. I stated at the intro of this video that I said that you can complete 3 awards with this guide, and we did do that. So that is really cool, and we earned an additional $500,000 or $500,000 by doing so. Now, it also stated earlier that we unlocked a new reward t-shirt, and I believe this may be the special top, the Panther tour jacket. I believe that's what we ended up unlocking. In fact, if you complete a Cayo Perico Heist final by January 14th of 2021, you can also unlock this. Completing any final doesn't necessarily have to be solo, it could be with friends. So that is really cool. Got the Panther heads on the front, full Panther on the back. Very nice and detailed design jacket here, so that is very cool. Last thing I'll mention is that after, I would say, at least about 1 in-game day, it might not be a full in-game day, but within 1 in-game day, you should get another call from Pavel, who will allow you to set up another Cayo Perico heist, going for obviously different loot, because there is a number of different loot you could steal with Cayo Perico Heist final. In any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it extremely beneficial. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it, and as always, have a great day.
Capitan, Helmsman Pavel reporting for duty. I have been monitoring satellite imagery of Mr. Rubio's island. Quite the show since our visit. I think Mr. Rubio has had drug-fueled paranoid breakdown in his panic room. Could not believe what happened to him. Real freak out. But things are quieter now. The Panther is well fed. Literally. This is not the Russian saying. So, time to return, I think. And this time, without Mini Madrazo middleman. If we go right away, things may be a little trickier, but just come back to the sub if you wish to plan our next Caribbean vacation, yes?
Capitan, what do you think Mr. Rubio is doing right now? If you listen very carefully on sonar, you can hear him